Welcome back everybody to Tony's Top Tips Workshop. Just a quickie video today. One of my close friends lives on the road. He has a Mini Cooper S and he wants to put spotlights on the front. Not use them, but he wants to show them tool fit with covers on, which those covers look rather nice, as you can see. And he wants to be, he's not wiring them in, but the spotlights he he's going to use are those, right? But as you can see, you can't fasten that to that. So he asked me if I'd come up with a design or something that I could fit those covers on the spotlights that you intend on using. Now, I've said this before in lots of my videos, when you've got a 3D printer and you're able to design things, then a lot of the things in the problems that you come across, broken items, you know, making a bracket, various things, you can normally successfully achieve a replacement or for the item that you want. Now, this is what I've come up with. I've got one on the printer at the moment. The first one I did was that, but it was too too tight on the lamp, the spotlight, and what it was too loose inside the back. But then I came up with this one. As you see, there's 3 different lugs on that one. You can see that. I'll show you a bit closer in a moment, and I'll show you it fit to the item. Here we are. That's the actual cover, as you can see, and that's the item that I have made. Okay, now I'm a great believer when you design things, you know, I mean, I use Fusion 360, but what I look at is I look at the design that I want, and then I think, this is out of ABS by the way, and I think, how many components can I split that design up into to make it easier for printing? So this is split up into just 2 parts, the ring, and these lugs here are just 1 lug but multiplied 3 times on the printer software, and these are bonded to the side of the ring. Okay, so you can see that, you can just see that there. Now these are shaped because it slopes down, because the inside of the actual part there, or the cover, slopes down. So now, because it's ABS and Hips does the same, you can use it. Then I'd print those, place the ring inside where the lugs are, as you can see, and mark the ring off where the 3 lugs are. And then once I take that back out, and then what I do is I apply that solution, PWS plastic weld. Now I've said that I've used this many times. It's not expensive. That's a 250ml bottle. I think it's about £6, £7, something like that. It's not expensive whatsoever for how long it lasts. Now you apply, just let me move that over there, with a brush you'd apply a little bit where it's going. I mark it normally where it goes on the ring, and then what I do is brush some of the fluid on, and then on the reverse of the other part of the lug I brush some fluid on, and you can instantly feel that plastic melting. The surface becomes very tacky. soon as you apply pressure to those two, it gives you a bit of chance to slide it into place. Once you slid it into place, what I do then is I would get my brush, even though there's adhesive on that, dip it in and run it down the joints like so each time, and that draws the fluid inside to the joint where it hasn't touched, and that is bonded, and you will have a job on breaking that. In fact, you break the plastic, it welds it to it. Trust me, that stuff, if you work with ABS, it enables you to split a component up instead of printing it so complicated that it's got supports and everything else. And yet I could have printed that like that if I wanted, with 3 lugs on, but I find it much stronger because I can print. You're not having to I mean, for that ring alone it's about 4 hours 36 minutes. You wouldn't think so, but it is. And I print it on the Zortrax M200, but then I print 3 lugs off all at once on the Zortrax, which takes about 50 minutes, if that. As you can see, this is on the printer, it's about 82% completed, and to print it, because I like to do things in good quality as well, it's takes around about just over 4 hours to print that. I could print it a lot quicker in less than half the time. It isn't a particularly fast printer, is the Zortrax M200, but it is a very efficient printer. It's printed on a raft. Just peel it off and you can see the 2 dark lines at the bottom. That's where the seam is, but that's not seen anyway. But there it is on the printer. So and everybody finds their own ways. You know, some people will print them all off in one go, but I choose not to do that. I like to split it up separately, and not only that, when you're testing things, if I had to, you know, you'd be printing the lug parts and the ring, and then you take it out and find out, like that one, if that were printed all in one, well, it doesn't fit, it's too sloppy. So you print it separately. You find out whether the ring's right first, then you move on from there and print those. So, and what happened, I printed the ring, the second ring worked fine, just right nice. You can pop it on and you can see it slips quite nicely over the lamp up to the ring. Okay, and that's quite tight, so it's doing its job. Now, because I knew the ring was okay, then all I had to do was increase the size of the lugs, and because I were only increasing the size of the lugs, if it had been wrong, I'd have had to have printed it all again. So what I'm trying to get at, if you can, try and split your printed parts up. I do it all the time, and it just makes it less printing time, less trying to make things, design things and make them fit and they don't fit, and then having to print it all again. It's just the way I like to do things. And then of course all you do then is, that's the mini, that slots into there like that, you turn it, that's it, that's behind the lugs, fits perfect. So it's, what I'm doing now is, because that turns, you can turn that whichever way and pop it in like that, then what I'm doing now is I'm printing some lugs that I'll just bond to this, and then it comes out here and then goes against that slot. So when you put it in, it has a stop, and that'll be it. So it's yet another problem that is solved by a little bit of ingenuity, a bit of design work, a bit of testing, and using your 3D printer. I mean, this is done for a favour for my friend. He does me lots of favours, so and it's just a little project. So right, here we are with the finished item now. Put the lugs on that I've just spoke about, and this is how those are the lugs. As you can see, they were printed separately. They've been bonded to the top exactly in the same position on all 4 lugs. So you put it in, there we go. Okay, and you can see that they actually all up against the stop, and that one as well. Okay, and that's it with the lugs on. See what I mean? To actually print that would have been taking quite, and then find out that it doesn't you know, fit correctly. It's quite a long time. So, and they're printing a good quality of these, ABS, good material, and you will not break those lugs off, not with that solution, not with ABS. You wouldn't even pull that off, you'd break the ring. So there you go, another job done. Right, back round now. That's just a quickie video. Remember, ABS and IPS that I've used it on, PWS liquid weld. It's like a liquid, and I've had quite a bit of feedback on people using that and said what an easy adhesive to use, and it's strong. You can get super glues and that, but I like that. It actually bonds the plastic. So right, that's the conclusion to the video. It's only a quick one, this one. So as I always say, like and subscribe. It really does help me, and I like to get the feedback. I find it really interesting. But over Christmas I've learned quite a bit actually from people that's told me how they do things, not just on my YouTube account, but on social media, and it's really good because I've utilised some of the ideas that were suggested to me. So as I say, like and subscribe, and remember, be careful, be safe, and bye for now.